The Super Media Bros podcast is a founding member of the OddPods Media Network.
Super Media Bros.
It feels like there's so much to unpack, but there's really not a lot to unpack just yet.
Yeah, they said it's coming out in January, like some more information. That's why I made the joke. I was like, yeah, we're going to record this. We're going to finish. We're going to put it out the next day. So much information is going to be like spilled.
Fuck it. We'll just do it again. Welcome to episode 258 of the Super Media Bros podcast. I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
We're going to talk about James Gunn and Peter Safran's takeover of the DC property at Warner Brothers because goddamn, there's what the fuck. But before we started, this man across from me, so notoriously, most of you long timers out there that listen to this, you fucking know how much I hate Avatar. How much I fucking cannot stand that movie. I don't give a shit. This man was telling me, you were telling me something, and I swear to God, I was barely even paying attention because I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah. Damn. I was talking here. No, like, I did see the second one, The Way of Water, and I was trying to explain to you, you hated the first one.
Fucking right I did.
The second one, I can believe that you would like it. I don't think you would, like, actually go, dude, I'm an Avatar fan now. No, but I think you would say this is light years, script-wise, better than the first.
If they don't kill the kid off, I'm not going to see it.
Go see it.
Oh, okay, cool. Fuck yeah, maybe I'll go see it now.
No, but...
Man, fuck them blue people.
But, no, it's weird because it's like, you cannot stand the first one, so it's like, do I recommend him wait for Disney Plus so that he can just watch it? Or is that doing him a visual disservice by not seeing it on a big screen? I don't know. I don't know how to describe this.
I didn't see the first one on the big screen.
That might have been partly why you hated it.
No, I fucking hated it because it was mid as fuck, dude. It was the most overrated piece of fucking shit I've ever looked at in my life. It's fucking Pocahontas and goddamn Fern Gully with blue people.
No, I understand that. But it's like, it's simple storytelling. The first one, it was strictly visual. There's no bones about it.
Right.
The second one, I do genuinely believe that they improved the story.
I might check it out.
Yeah.
Like just, I'm not opposed to it, but I'm just like, God damn, the first one just pissed me off so bad. And then James Cameron is like, I'm going to do fucking 4 more of these bitches like 20 fucking years later.
It's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, dude, you're going to love the second one. No, but I think you'll watch it and go, oh yeah, that was better. Okay.
Yeah, I could dig it. Well, James Cameron is fucking up shit over at Disney. Let's go to a different James who might be fucking shit up for Warner Brothers DC in a good way. And I guess the heads kind of started to roll when this was announced because I'm sorry, I've got to laugh. I didn't see Black Adam because I knew this was fucking coming. I don't give a shit about any of the other movies that are coming out because The Flash, we all know the shit surrounding that fucking movie. The shit that surrounded the Aquaman sequel. They kept pushing Shazam back. And then, Dwayne Johnson, God love the man, but this motherfucker talking about the hierarchy of the DCU is about to change. And fucking did, all right.
Yeah.
Not the way he fucking thought it was. This man fought to get Henry Cavill back as Superman enough to, the fact that to sell his movie, he fucking legitimately leaked the goddamn post-credit sequence of Henry Cavill showing up to confront him in Superman garb.
Yeah, you cannot blame Dwayne Johnson.
I don't, but ask me if I went to see the movie like that, though. I didn't.
I did. I waited for HBO Max, not because I waited, but I just didn't have time. It's fine. It's serviceable. Script wise, it's you would be shocked that it took 15 years to make.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty fucking simpleton for what it was, honestly.
Yeah, and what's weird is like, okay, my boy Charlie was saying how the action was like top tier in this movie, like some of the best superhero action he's ever seen.
Right.
And I watched it with that in mind. Yes and no. It's weird. Visually, it's stunning to look at, but on the other hand, it's like the stakes of the film didn't reflect the visuals that were happening. So it's like, this is great action, but it's not at the same time. It's like great wallpaper, but the story told, it's like, it didn't mesh with what was going on. I don't know. It felt like it was compensating.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing is like I looked at it and it didn't look appealing to me. Like I really wanted to see it at first, but then the more I saw getting like put out about it and leaked about it, I was like, dude, I hate to say this because again, I like The Rock and everything, but I feel like he was stroking his own ego with this one, and I'm not about that. He didn't seem like he wanted to be such a team player with this fucking movie.
And I didn't get that, but once you say it, I can understand it. I mean, it's weird. Like, I did enjoy the movie for what it was, but I'm also like, oh, okay.
Right. But I mean, that kind of leads over into James and Peter Safran's takeover, where it's like, okay, this is no more. Like, this isn't happening. Like, he's already ousted. Like, Dwayne ain't coming back. The rest of the DCEU films that were in production and got made, those don't matter anymore.
Bittersweet. I fucking loved the 3 Zack Snyder movies. It's a hot take, but I stand by it.
I gotta be honest, dude. It was like DC was, and I've said, you know me, I've said this since the fucking dawn of justice, that fucking the DCEU was a shit show.
Mm.
It was an absolute fucking shit show. It didn't coalesce very well, and there was too many like shift arounds and problems in production with some of these fucking films and casting issues, and it was a fucking mess. And there was no fucking saving it. Like, once the Snyder trilogy was done, there was really no fucking saving it. Like,
No.
we got what we came here for. Move on.
Yeah. I'm pretty sad about some of it. Henry Cavill deserved better.
Oh, fuck yeah, he did. He was great. He was loved by the fans. He was my favorite Superman, to be honest with you, because I'm not a big Superman fan, and he made me like the character a lot.
And honestly, we're going to sidetrack a little bit. Poor Henry Cavill, period.
I'm telling you, dude. That motherfucker left The Witcher.
Yeah, which was a passion project.
Yeah.
For nothing at this point.
Well, I mean, he left due to creative differences on the show, but even still, it was like, well, I've got an out. I can just go back and be Superman again. And now he's just, fuck, man.
Mission Impossible, he got embarrassed for the mustache thing. Just in general, I feel like Henry Cavill is one of the pure guys in Hollywood, and he's talented. He's got the look. He's got the charm. He's wholesome as fuck, and yet he can never catch a break. I'm really looking forward to Warhammer. I know fuck all about the game, but I'm curious to find out more about it just for this, because I have faith in Henry Cavill.
Me too. I'm excited to see him take on a project and probably kick ass at it. So, you know?
Oh, yeah. Hey, chase your dreams and chase the bag, dude. Good for you.
But that leaves the void of a lot of these characters because, as we are well aware, Aquaman is not a thing. The Flash isn't going to be a thing. Cyborg obviously wasn't a thing for a while. And fucking like Green Lantern was never a goddamn thing. Then you got the whole Suicide Squad and Peacemaker and all these other fucking characters that had groundwork laid for them, and now it's just really for nothing. And I think the biggest thing for us right now is like, good Lord Almighty, how many Batman castings are we gonna fucking have inside of a decade?
Yeah,
fuck.
On Twitter, it's really weird because James Gunn didn't confirm nor deny Pattinson. Somebody had brought up a report on, I believe it was the Hollywood Reporter or Variety. It was one, I think it was Variety. And James was like, yeah, I usually trust this guy. He's a really good dude, but he needs to check his sources. Now, he didn't say yes and he didn't say no there.
Right.
It's to be implied Pattinson is not it, but usually James Gunn is very transparent.
Right, but here's my thing. If they're smart, they'll treat this Batman and the Joker shit like an Elseworlds project, like they've talked about fucking doing for however long. I don't know. I think the main question is, who the fuck's going to play Batman? Because they haven't confirmed nor denied this, like you said. There's been no confirmation or denying of this bullshit, but I would rather see them keep this Batman we've got. And if they're going to do a DCU with a different Batman, just fucking, just do it that way. Give us this Matt Reeves Batman. Just give us a comic book accurate Batman too on top of it.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I feel as though most people would be okay with it.
I'm tired of, and this used to be like the old fucking strategy from, studios, and you'll know this is, what I mean when I say this. I'm tired of having our intelligence assaulted. Like, we can't make out the difference between this universe and that universe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah, I mean, look at Joker. I did not see one single comment on any page saying, so who's the Joker?
You're talking about like between Joaquin and Leto, right?
Yeah, like nobody, it was just understood. Hey, this is its own thing.
Yeah, of course. And that's how it should be. Like I said, I want there to be the Elseworlds, like the DC Elseworlds. Treat the Batman like that. Treat the Joker and Joker Folly Do like that. Because I want to see that.
Yeah, I feel like we would be robbed if the Batman 2 and 3 were canned.
It would be bullshit, because think about it. You're not just canning Pattinson's Batman. You're fucking canning everybody that came onto that film. You're canning fucking the Catwoman. You're fucking canning the Penguin. You're canning fucking the Joker again.
Yeah, it'd be too much. And it shut up a lot of naysayers too. Like, the Batman was a fantastic movie.
Yep. I will defend that fucking movie until I'm 6 feet under or like a fucking jar of ashes somewhere. I swear to God, dude.
I loved it.
Me too. It's a weird like comfort movie that I fall asleep to very often now.
Really?
Yeah, dead serious, man. I've been doing that the last week. I've been putting it on every fucking night and just like dozing off to it. It's fucking weird, but like
You do the same with Akira too.
Yeah. What is it with me in these fucking like dark ass movies? I'm just like, oh, fucking perfect.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, whatever. Fuck it.
That's actually me with the MTV Unplugged video for Stained.
I used to do that shit too, the same one. Yep.
It's so relaxing.
It is. Same with Nirvana.
Nirvana had the best Unplugged in my opinion.
Sure, and like that ties into the Batman with Something in the Way being used as the major, like the
perfect
theme or
segue.
Yeah, for sure.
But, like, I don't know. As far as casting goes,
sure.
Okay.
You're talking about if they recast or if they just put another Batman altogether. Oh my fucking God.
Who is Batman and who is Superman?
Oh, you know what's fucked up? I actually have not like given that any thought. Like, and I should, but I haven't.
Dude, I've got nothing on Superman.
I don't either. I have seen, so the only fan casting that I have seen before that I would love to see is Bryan Cranston as Jim Gordon.
Oh, that'd be phenomenal.
Yeah.
He was that in the animated Year One.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, we know that he can fucking do it. Apparently, Nicholas Hoult also fucking auditioned for the Batman at
he
one
did,
point.
And I have seen the rumor. I've only seen it like once, so I'm not going to add too much validity to it, but I think he's a very talented actor. He'd probably do very well with the material. It's just like, it's all hearsay, obviously, but it's also going to depend on timeline. Where in Batman's career are we?
Right, and that's another thing too.
Like, are we talking Robin or are we talking Nightwing Batman?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, you have so many areas that you could take this, because we've seen young Batman.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen Batman, literally Batman Begins and then Rises, like that whole arc of that iteration of Batman. Ben Affleck's Batman arguably was Frank Miller's Batman.
Yes.
And what I'm saying is, like, we've seen pretty much like every iteration, but we haven't seen like dead center Batman with the Bat family. Like, we haven't seen.
Enjoy it.
I would too. Like, we had Jason Todd hinted at in Snyder's universe, but my God, like, I want to see that shit fleshed out.
Yeah, the only one that we've heard on is Superman's going to be young.
Yes.
Not necessarily origin story, but he'll be fairly recent, which I'm all for. My guesstimation would be mid-20s, early 30s, in which case I volunteer. I would play Superman. I think I'd do very well in the role.
Oh, yeah, you should. You should definitely fucking do it. Why not?
Dude, we've yet to have a 5'4" Irish Superman, and I think it's high time we have that. Give us a ginger Superman that's bald with a beard. I'll fucking do it.
All right, fish and chips. Let's do it.
But no, I don't know. God, that's such a huge role. Him and Batman, obviously, but there's been a lot less Supermans. So it's harder for me to cast that. Just the same as it's hard to cast Wonder Woman, in my opinion, because we've had 2. Well, technically 3, but...
Yeah, I don't know. Then the fucked up thing is, like, we're sitting here, like, talking about the Batman and Superman recast, and the fact that we haven't even really had many of certain characters, period.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like with X-Men. People are always talking about the new Wolverine. Okay, but you realize X-Men is more than just Cyclops and Wolverine.
yeah, I'm really curious to see what are they going to do with, like, the Green Lantern.
To my understanding, it's Jon Stewart. They're going that route.
Yeah, and like the thing that I've heard is like they want to do a Jon Stewart television series, but they want to do a Hal Jordan film.
Perfect. I love it.
You know,
Absolutely love that.
Yeah, I would love there to be that. Here, okay, now that we're talking about like casting for shit, I know they're going to go with somebody younger, obviously, but for a hot fucking minute, I would have wanted to see Charlie Hunnam as the Green Arrow.
Ooh, yeah.
Like Sons of Anarchy Charlie Hunnam, dude. Like he would have been a fucking great goddamn Green Arrow. Like bearded Green Arrow. You know what I'm talking about?
He's getting too old for this role, and I'm not talking about Green Arrow. I'm just in general. He's getting too old for this, but if we were to rewind the clock about a decade, for me, Jon Stewart would be Idris Elba.
That would be great casting. And at one point before he got cast in Wonder Woman, Chris Pine was actually up for the fucking Hal Jordan role.
Oh, he'd be great.
He would.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, the other thing going around is that they're talking about swapping Jason Momoa to be Lobo instead of Aquaman.
Well, personality-wise, he's already Lobo.
Yeah, and I mean, he looks more like Lobo, let's be honest.
Yeah, and no disrespect, with what he was given, great Aquaman, but it's not comic Aquaman, which is that's the point. You know, it wasn't supposed to be, but
right.
I'm just saying, like, him as Lobo would be phenomenal, and he's already said, yeah, I can confirm that I'm about to play a dream casting. Motherfucker, you've played Aquaman several times already, so that can't be it. So it's Lobo, let's be honest. Worst kept secret in Hollywood right now.
Yeah. Happy New Year from us and all of our friends over at Manscaped. The ball has officially dropped, but that doesn't mean that you have to drop the ball on your balls in 2023. Whether you had a New Year's kiss or not, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming have you covered for your much-needed resolution of bringing sexy back. Join the 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer by going to manscaped.com and using the code SUPER for 20% off plus free shipping. It's a new year and new balls with the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming. This year, take your package to the next level with Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0 and other premium wet goods. Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you're going to find the Lawnmower 4.0. It's got advanced skin-safe technology that reduces cuts and nicks on your delicate parts. Equipped with a 4000K LED spotlight, it's going to shine a light to the promised land that 2023 looks to be. Your grooming routine is not complete without applying the Crop Preserver and the Crop Reviver before showing off your 2023 self. These unique formulations take care of the smelliest parts of your body and are a big boost to confidence for the new year. To complete the set, Manscaped is throwing in their Shed Travel Bag and the Anti-Chafing Boxer Briefs as free gifts to keep all your goodies stored comfortably. And if you really want to make 2023 the year to remember, make sure to try out Manscaped's wet goods as well. This includes their ultra premium body wash, the 2-in-1 shampoo, and body deodorant. These products are the absolute perfect follow-up after your New Year's gym sessions. So cheers to new balls in 2023. Get 20% off and free shipping with our code SUPER at manscaped.com. Again, that's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using our code SUPER. It's time to feel sexy and free this 2023 with Manscaped.
Hey, this is Grab Brisket Podcast. Join us every Monday where we talk about the latest trends in barbecue, interviews with world top pitmasters, celebrity cooks,
Ooh, like Wee Man from Jackass.
and musicians.
Like Rich O'Toole?
So check us out. We do beer reviews, barbecue fails.
So many fires.
Dude, a lot of people just burn their houses down for no reason.
We also talk about cocaine hippos versus meth gators,
Learn how to make some tailgate gravy.
altercations with Texas Rangers.
People throwing Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, so check out grabthebrisket.com for podcast info, viral social media posts, and so much more.
Blue Beetle, what's the scoop with that? Where? Because I know James Gunn released the poster before anybody else, so I'm to assume that he's in charge of that. He might be doing what I would pitch for a new Batman, which is rework a couple of scenes here and there to make it fit the continuity. That's what I would do with Ben Affleck's Batman.
Well, I feel like that's what's happening with the Blue Beetle because it's already done and
Yeah.
it's coming out in August. And really, it was supposed to be for HBO Max, but they're gonna make it a theatrical release or whatever.
Good.
But the thing is like they have an opportunity here, which Blue Beetle is more of like a lesser known character, which we all know. James Gunn has like fucking soft spot for these types of characters, and he always does them pretty well.
For sure.
This would be a perfect opportunity to just make a standalone to kind of like soft introduce, like, hey, we're going this fucking route. This is the kind of content you can expect.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I loved Peacemaker.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we did a whole episode on Peacemaker last year, and great series, and that is a James Gunn baby right there. I really want to see how his touch affects the rest of this fucking universe, because there's been no cohesive unit with this. It's all just been kind of here and there, and then the time they tried to have a cohesive unit, they fucked the director and writer out of that shit.
I'm pretty sad about that, honestly, because whether people like it or not, a lot of people, even the people that didn't like Snyder's vision, will say, okay, well, let the man have his vision, though. Like, I don't think anybody is ever on the side of, let the studio make the call. Nobody ever says that.
No.
Just let him have his turn, you know? And he did. He had his moment, but unfortunately, it's got to come to a close. As far as that, though, goes with Blue Beetle, because it was filmed at a much earlier time, and it probably has references to varying characters in the DCU prior. Reshoot a couple of things or cut a couple of things out so that it fits the new timeline, and you don't have to scrap the full project. I would do the same with Ben Affleck's Batman script. You know?
Yeah, you could take the script that he wrote and incorporate that into this.
Yeah, just do a rewrite, like a quick little, let's erase this, let's reword that. Oh, it takes place in this year, let's make it take place in that year. You know, something like that.
Yeah, because James Gunn has met, according to him on his Twitter account, he said he's met with Henry Cavill in person, and he's spoken with Ben Affleck about working future projects in this universe, but not like acting, but directing or writing or whatever.
And Affleck, for that same studio of Warner Brothers, has a Oscar for Best Director, and, correct me if I'm wrong, a nomination for another one.
Yes.
Okay, so there's certainly worse people that you can get in touch with.
Yeah, and especially somebody that, like, say he hired Affleck and was like, hey, I want you to, like, produce or write for Batman. I want you to do this. He knows that character.
Oh, yeah.
He knows that character very well.
Affleck loves Batman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I know that man, if he couldn't play him, would want to be involved in some kind of fucking production capacity. Wouldn't you? For fuck's sake.
Dude, Batman would be one of those, like, projects that I would just be like, yeah.
That meme where you just slap the button and it just says nut. Just
Well, not even just that, but I would start trimmering because it's like, that's so much pressure. Because I take that so seriously.
right.
And I'm sure Affleck would too, but Affleck's been in that position. He knows what to do with that.
Yeah. You know, the person that I feel the most terrible for in all of this really and truly is Ray Fisher.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that situation.
It's the same thing with Ezra Miller, dude. Like that is a fucking public relations nightmare. They are just a fucking basket case and a half, dude. Like, nobody's gonna want to work with them probably ever again. I'll be surprised if the Flash movie actually doesn't get fucking shelved like the Batgirl movie got shelved. And the thing that pissed me off the absolute most about it is that I just wanted to see Michael Keaton play Batman one more fucking time.
Yeah, theoretically you could. Okay, so with the Batgirl situation, from my understanding, a lot of people are saying the movie was terrible. I get it, but at the end of the day, people still worked on it. So just release it on HBO. If it's already finished, what are you doing it as a tax write-off for? Just fucking release it. It's on your own streaming app.
Yeah, but then they're going to have to spend extra money on marketing it and all this other
No, you
shit.
don't. Just
Let the word of mouth fucking be the
Yeah,
marketing point. Yeah.
How much marketing did The Weeknd do for After Hours?
True.
And what wound up being his biggest album? I'm just saying. It can happen. But as far as The Flash goes, marketing-wise, I would not be shocked if they only put Keaton in those trailers and have him do press junkets. Just title it Flashpoint.
Yeah, and just let him go.
Yeah, let people just go, oh, is that a Batman movie? And just have that be the case. And then whenever people show up, they're like, it's more of a Flash movie. But fuck it, whatever. I'm sorry, you can't have Ezra Miller go around doing interviews. They're not going to ask anything about the film.
True.
So no, you can't do that. Do you trust them at a red carpet event? And that's the big problem. Batgirl was said to be shit. The Flash is supposedly absurdly good. So that's why they're not wanting to scrap it.
Yeah, like Andy Muschietti, the director, is fucking great.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
everybody that worked on that movie, with the exception of fucking dipshit McGee, is like, they want their work to be seen, but I mean, because dipshit McGee is involved, it's like, what the fuck are we gonna do? That's so bad, dude. Like,
And you can't recast Ezra and just do reshoots because Ezra is playing various versions of themselves
yeah,
all throughout the movie. That's the main character. It's like a Joaquin Phoenix Joker is what I'm understanding from what I've read, is that Ezra Miller carries the movie in every scene.
of course. Yeah, I mean, like, fuck. I am looking at a lot of this shit. I was like, I wanted to pull this up because the fact that there are a lot of movies because of this takeover that are being either canceled or just left on the fucking ground, dude.
And it's sad. It's bittersweet. And I don't blame James Gunn, because here's the thing. If I were given this power, I would be forced to do the same thing. Because whether I love these movies or not, most people don't. Start from scratch, cut your losses. I get it.
Oh, same. No, I really do too. I truly do, because you kind of need to at this point.
Yeah.
It's been such a shit show. You kind of need to just revamp and just move forward, man. But again, the whole idea that in the Wonder Woman, like I just remember that too. Like Wonder Woman 3 was like, there's unconfirmed reports going around of whether or not Patty Jenkins walked or got fired because they didn't like her script and all this other shit. And I think what the true story is that Wonder Woman 1984 was fucking garbage, and they were like, we don't fucking want you again. Gal Gadot was a great Wonder Woman, but they're probably going to recast her. Obviously, they're going to recast a lot of these people because James can't play favoritism here. If he's going to do a hard reboot, he's got to reboot everything, including his own fucking shit.
Yeah. And again, it's bittersweet, but I put it this way. Right now, we're sad. But if we all had a time machine and saw that 10 years from now, which he has a 10-year plan, if in 10 years from now, we're in line for Avengers Endgame levels of Justice League, we're all going to say, yeah, that was worth it.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm honestly here for it. I really and truly hope that, like, how do I put this? Marvel's always going to be Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
The MCU is going to keep going and going and shit until they just fucking can't do it anymore. So, like, that is always going to be a constant. I know for a fact that DC fans are just tired of getting fucked, and they're waiting for, like, exactly. DC fans are tired of being fucked, and they're waiting for their Marvel shit. You know what I mean? They're waiting for their MCU. And I'm hoping that James fucking helps accomplish this, because I want to see these characters get fleshed out, and then I want to see a Justice League movie.
Mm-hmm.
And not the other way around. That's the only problem that I'd had with Snyder is if they would have just left the trilogy as is, then it would have worked. But the fact that they were trying to expand and then everybody else had their fingers into the fucking work and started screwing it up and just...
Well, that's the thing is Snyder had 5 films in mind.
And it would have worked.
Oh, yeah, if they had just let the man be. I feel like Snyder himself had his idea and Warner Brothers was like, oh, yeah? Can we have a slice? Well, I mean, I guess, but I mean, I kind of want this. Okay, you know what? Scratch that. You can have the icing. We're taking the cake.
Fuck that, dude.
That's what happened.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's like, fuck all of that mess, dude. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I feel like success is the best remedy. So if this does come out great, we'll all be fine. But as Henry Cavill said himself in the Instagram post that he did whenever he announced his leaving of the role, let's mourn for a little bit and then look forward to the future.
Yeah, because I gotta say, as a fan of these characters, I really and truly just want to see the best versions of these fuckers on screen. Like whatever that is, I want to see the best versions possible on screen. So I'm, like I said, I'm hopeful for James leaning this in the right direction with some more cohesion and some more continuity. And for fuck's sake, let's have some fun and make comic movies and not have to ground shit in reality or ground shit here and there and all this other bullshit. Let's put comic book characters on the screen and suspend our fucking disbelief for a little while.
Yeah.
Like legit.
And that's what I did appreciate about Black Adam. That's what I appreciated about Shazam, you know.
Suicide Squad, like his Suicide Squad was fucking great.
The Batman, while grounded, they still paid respects to the characters, you know. I mean, and I think that's my big thing too is, yeah, you take some liberties if you want. That's what an adaptation is, but make it good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically all I got right now, only because, like, it's all speculation. Now, James Gunn is supposed to say something sometime this month.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I know.
We'll do a sequel.
Yeah, we'll definitely do a fucking sequel if that's the case. So just stick around. Like, it's just us kind of spitballing our feelings and opinions on the matter, but as soon as there's something else to talk about with some concrete shit, then, we'll fucking definitely be back to do that. Visit supermediabrospodcast.com for past, present, and future episodes. Check out all the other shows on the OddPods Media Network by visiting oddpodsmedia.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on social media, buy a fucking t-shirt, buy a hoodie, buy a fucking beer koozie, buy something, fuck, shit.
Yeah.
Buy that shit. Leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, and GoodPods, and, Spotify, and anywhere else you can leave us a review. You can come leave us comments and fucking tweet at us at supermediabros_. That's where we're most active on social media. Come talk to us. We'd love to hear from you. I think it's time to roll out of here, dude. I see the bat signal, like with the logo of, like, our logo is on that motherfucker and it's calling us to action. But I kind of want to just fucking not do anything. I'd be a terrible superhero.
Yeah, my dog is right at my feet and he's like, Eugene is fucking tweaking right now. He's like, I want to go now.
He said, Dad, when are we going to go watch the fucking Super Pets movie?
Bruh. I actually need to do that with him. If I put something on the TV, he watches it.
He'll go watch that shit too.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us this week. This has been episode 258. So until we come back, I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
Shades on.
We're off.